here, and let's start talking about AHS. Raider Moody? Remember, mommy said no. Sorry. Kids sometimes can do things that you don't want them to do. So, thank you all so much for being here. Let's go on ahead and let's talk some American Horror Story Season 10. And I know we were going to talk about something different on this stream. However, I don't remember what it was. So we're going to talk about some of our most shocking moments from this season. For me, probably my top two shocking moments is Doris. Okay, so guys, please also do not watch this live stream if you are not caught up with season 10, because I don't want to be one of those people that ruins it for you. But for me, my two top shocking moments was when Doris turned, absolutely. And the second one was 100% when Karen did what she did to Mickey and then did what she did to herself and then walked into the sea. Those two moments were absolutely shocking. Now, I can't honestly say that I was really shocked of what happened in the second half. So absolutely was not shocked. So my most shocked moments definitely come from Red Tide and not Death Valley. So let me know in the comments, guys, what your favorite shocking moment is from this past season, from season 10. And remember, we're not talking about negative stuff right now because we all know how much, this season had such great potential and they flopped. We absolutely know that. However, let's talk about some good stuff now, because there definitely was a lot of great stuff in this season. Adam Kidd said, did you see Ryan Murphy went blank on all of his social media earlier today? He's probably going to announce something. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that somebody just came on to his new show. Hi, Trace. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Now, Jeffrey is asking if we will read his theory, and I will here in just a second. I just wanted to put it up, give you guys time to read it real quick, because somebody joins Ryan Murphy's Netflix limited series. And I totally forgot what it was about. It just flew out of my head. I just saw it recently, and I remember thinking, "Ooh, a Netflix series on this topic? Ooh, that's badass. I can't wait to see this one." And I just don't remember exactly what it was. So Jeffrey H says, "What if this is really just part one of the real season? They did say it'll be two parts, but they shortened it to make it part one and part two. I can see early next year Ryan releasing a new season." I would absolutely love if they did something like that, but I just think that we absolutely have better thoughts and theories than they do, sadly, sometimes. So I would love for this to come true, Jeffrey. If they would do an extension on Red Tide, that would be fantastic. But since in their minds, they gave us the actual finale. So actually on the, finale, they gave us a close. They gave us somewhat of an ending, but I would say that maybe that's the end, but they're so in love with Murder House. And since we saw Murder House and Hotel, Apocalypse, and twice in stories, I mean, Murder House has come up 4 extra times aside from its standalone Murder House season. So in my opinion, Raider, don't worry about that. And I told you about the comments, baby. So I am so sorry. Raider is really acting out and going to get himself grounded because he can't. Okay. I would love for them to extend Red Tide. I just don't think they're going to do it. How they just, if anything, they're going to extend on, it will be Witches and Murder House, because that is the two. Jennifer Coolidge, White Bear, you are the best. Thank you so much for putting that on right now. Thank you. Jennifer Coolidge has been added to a Netflix, to one of Ryan's Netflix series. So, yeah, I'm really excited. Okay. So I cannot wait for that to happen. And like I said, it just seems like American Horror Story is so in love with itself, with just Murder House, that I don't think they're going to pull up Red Tide again. If they did, I would love that. I'm not into Death Valley as much. I thought Red Tide had the best potential. And sadly, only 4 episodes with Death Valley. If they had maybe stuck a little bit more to the actual storyline and not all of this extra shit they're just grabbing out of nowhere, then it would have been much better if they just would have stuck to the storyline. But we're not going to negative things here. We're not going to negative things. Jeffrey, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, if they bring anything back, it definitely needs to be Coven. So, as I've said before, like I said, it seems that AHS loves to just bring back Murder House and Coven, and that's it. No other season. They are so obsessed with the Witches and Murder House that if anything next season will relate to, it will be Murder House or Witches. I just really don't see any other title that they're going to actually have for this year. Excuse me. Simon said Ryan could make TV a la Scream Queens about the witch school. It would be great. It would be, but I don't think he's going to actually do that as well. He's just got so many projects going on that I really don't think Ryan has time to do anything else. Dead Popstar says, I'm surprised they didn't make an actual Murder House video game. LOL. I know. I would have bought that game. I mean, I'm sure I probably at one point would have been totally sick of it, but you know, with how much I try to play The Sims, I mean, absolutely, I definitely would have played that. Jeffrey also says, bring back Gaga with the Origins season. I know, I want more of Scathach. However, they have never touched on that ever since Roanoke. And sure, we had Apocalypse and we had more of the witches, but nothing about the OG witch herself, Sexy Scathach. And that is just a shame. And in my opinion, that is where there's more potential right now for future seasons, is the origin of Scathach, and possibly if they want to continue Red Tide. But if they don't want to do any of those things, they need to have a close-knit season. Number one, they need to have more than 10 episodes. They can't have some bullshit 9 episodes like they did last season, and they can't stop, or they have to stop doing 10 episodes. They honestly need to go back to either 12 or 13 to give us the answers that we want. Or if they keep the 10 episodes, then they need to honestly slow down on all the extra sideline stories that are taking place aside from the main story. So usually in American Horror Story, we get 2 main stories together that intertwine at some point, but either 2 characters, 2 timelines, 2 something. They're interacting with each other in the same world. And then you have all these little extra stories that are floundering around those 2 main storylines. And I'm so sorry about my phone. I had to leave it on in case I have an emergency text from a friend of mine. So I apologize. So they need to, with these little storylines, they need to just calm them down and maybe make it 1 or 2 instead of 3,000 extra little storylines. Maybe, sure, give us 4 or 5 that they know we're going to get answers to. Or maybe make 1 or 2 ambiguous. That I would love that. That's fine. We don't need answers to everything. But it's very frustrating in a season when we have more questions than we do answers. And It's just kind of, annoying when they do that. So thank you, Jeffrey H. You are so sweet to say that. Simon says, I think Manny Cotto should no longer write for AHS Stories or AHS. His episodes were so lackluster. Yeah, but Manny did the drive-in episode, and I believe he did Balls episode. And those were the two best out of the entire 10 episode season, in my opinion. Excuse me, I forgot that I was going to do a video that ranked them, and I am so sorry. I'm actually doing a parody video right now. Um, I will tell you guys here and about it in just a second. So let me get through some of the comments real quick, and then I'll tell you guys about it. So I do agree AHS Stories was very lackluster. What he did for Red Tide, I enjoyed, except for the finale. And Brad Falchuk actually did a lot of solo writing for Red Tide when it came to the episodes. Manny maybe wrote for maybe 3 episodes out of the entire 6. And then of course the finale, the actual 6th one, had so many different writers on it. And Manny wrote a lot of the good episodes for Apocalypse. I know you guys are thinking, wait, he actually did something good? But yes, honeys, he did. I understand where Simon is coming from, but I don't think we should take out Manny just yet. I think that if Manny actually went out there and listened to the fans, watched videos such as this, and heard what the fans were saying, their critique, and he took that to a good positive place, and he realized, okay, I really need to stop doing what like the network is telling me that we have to do, and try to slip in some better fan service in there, and not just about Murder House and Violet and Tate, because Murder House, it's like aversion therapy now, it feels like. I'm not going to lie. Every time I hear Murder House, it's just been so much of it that I feel like Lana Winters from Asylum when she was given the aversion therapy. Because now every time I hear Murder House, I just want to blah. So I am so sorry because I see Trace. Trace says Murder House is my favorite season. Didn't enjoy the new ones except for the nostalgia. It dilutes the story and takes away from the original. There we go. Trace hit it right there on the dot. I'm sorry, I had water, but I guess I left that little son of a bitch somewhere. Trace hit it completely on the dot with what was wrong with all of the extra murder houses. It took away from the OG. And the OG was fine just the way it is. I mean, I know I say all the time, Murder House is not my favorite season. As a matter of fact, it's really low on the totem for my favorite season. However, it was still a good season. And they took 2 main storylines with all of the little ones dancing around it, and they all tied it together and put it together with a beautiful little bow. That's what they did. They gave us great endings. And then for season 2, they gave us the absolute best ending ever, absolutely in history of AHS. And then after that, it was like, no offense, because I really liked Hotel's ending. I loved Hotel's ending very much. I liked 1984's ending. I know that's controversial because you guys don't like 1984. And I really loved Freak Show's ending. So those 3 I really enjoyed. And like I said, I understand that my opinion is not going to be shared. So you guys let me know, what is your favorite finale in the comments. Let me take a couple of comments. I'll let you guys know some of the projects that I'm working on, and then we can just chit chat for a little bit and close out the live stream. Lola, it is so great to have you. Oh, Alicia, thank you so much for being here, darling. White Bear Productions says impeachment ended last Tuesday. You know, I have Peacock, I have Sling, I have Hulu. I have like 8 different platforms right now to watch services on. None of them, not one of them, offers American Crime Story impeachment. And I watched like the first 2 episodes of impeachment, and it was really good. Really good. I'm just very disappointed and upset that none of the services that I have offer too much of impeachment. And it's on a certain buying plan. And right now I cannot afford $100 for 8 different services on streaming platforms. So screw that. I will just wait until they actually put it out. So thank you so much for letting us know, White Bear. Once I do get to watch it, I will do a review on it. Insomnia J says we need a Skinwalker Ranch season or a serial killer we heard of that hasn't been on the show. Right? Like the Golden State Killer or the Zodiac, which I don't know if you guys heard that there is a theory out there that they found the Zodiac, but it's just a theory. There is no scientific facts to back it up, and there is no DNA confirmation of that. So it would be really nice to see now that James Joseph D'Angelo has been identified and that maybe the Zodiac has been identified. I think taking the entire premise of using DNA and those genealogy sites and perennial DNA, I know I'm saying it wrong. It's DNA that lets you know like what the person will look like, and then you have a forensic sketch artist take those facts and put them all into a picture. I feel like a moron that I can't remember it right now. So yeah, absolutely. I really think that something like that would be fantastic, Insomnia J. And that whole Skinwalker Ranch, I've heard of that before. So that would be really interesting to take something that is almost like a theory. Well, I wouldn't say it's like a theory. Something that is sort of like feral. It's kind of thought of, but never proved of or known. So, that would be really great. Jeffrey says the perfect season will be called Origins. Ryan takes the top 3 seasons and gives us real stories for them. Let us all be able to rest at night. Right? Absolutely. But then if he did that, Jeffrey, I wouldn't have ammo for my theory videos. And I need those desperately. Blake, you can come in if that's you, babe. Tad says, I'd love to see Chicago and the riverboats on the Mississippi in the 1920s. Woo! Now that is a fantastic thought. Number 1, Chicago. I've never been to Chicago, but John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd had a big thing for Chicago when they were younger and like on SNL, and they were making Blues Brothers. So I have a big love for that. Hello, my darling. And I would love to see that. Or, 1920s Mississippi. Sadly, there's so much ammo there of the torture, of the insanity that took place, especially against African-American people. And I think that's great ammo. Tad, you should honestly put that down, tag Ryan Murphy on it, and tell him, look, this is my idea. I'm giving it to you for free. Take a listen, bitch. Because I would love to see that too. Cocoa Butter Barbie says, I wish they would have connected Death Valley and Red Tide together instead of making them so independent. I completely agree, because then they should have changed their promotional material, and they shouldn't have had the Pale and the Alien like tongue fucking each other with that pill, in my opinion. Jeffrey says Scathach, Aliens, and then maybe Murder House with a couple of episodes about it being built, etc. Simon says, you make some good points, Mary. Thanks for spitting facts. No problem. You guys are so sweet. Jeffrey says, I love this channel so much. I can express my true passion for the show. Hell yeah, Jeffrey. Murder House is low-key couples therapy or therapy in general for us OG fans. Dead Pop Star loved 1984. Birding Daylighter says, I loved Coven's ending, pulled out all the heartstrings, R.I.P. Fiona. I just remember all the naughty pine. And then this summer, when my sweet husband took us on a family vacation, our master bedroom was made of naughty pine. So I kind of felt like Fiona and I, had finally connected in some way. Dead Popstar says impeachment was great, but I still think season 1 OJ was the best. I agree, but I do have to say that season 2 is right up there with it. I do own on Blu-ray American Crime Story, the OJ one, and I will go back and watch it a lot because it's fantastic. However, I really love the Versace one. So I've went back a couple of times on Netflix because I don't own it on DVD or Blu-ray, and I've actually watched it again, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed that one too. So it's so hard to pick between uh, OJ and Versace because they were both so fantastic. Cocoa Butter says, "You're right. I didn't like 1984. Blah." Hey, Mom, it's so great to have you. Thank you very much for being here. Ted, I apologize if I skipped over your comment. Please forgive me. Maybe write it in the newer ones and I'll see what is going on. It just shines when it visits the past. I agree with Ted. I like more historical seasons. Trace said it's 106 miles to Chicago. And I just want to say mwah, mwah, mwah to my mother. I love you, Mom. I have every plan to see you very soon. I miss you very much. White Bear says, I like how it ended Roanoke with a nice but bittersweet ending. Absolutely. Insomnia J, I think you had a theory on this, but do you think Scathach is a descendant from one of the witches from Coven? I do, and I did. So if you guys go check out my theory videos, I do have a video that asks, is Violet a descendant of Scathach? Because there were very many clues given in season 3 to indicate that she was a much more powerful witch than what she was determined to be. And also certain comments and things were made about her that really made you doubt that she was just some kind of normal witch. And number one, she had a killer vag. Scathach, Violet, I think they are definitely I think they're definitely related in a lot of ways. So if you guys want to, please go ahead and check out my video on that, and I would be very grateful. If you guys just want to check it out, let me know what your comments are on it in the comment box on the video. Burning Daylighter, the live stream will be over in just a few minutes, so no worries. Blaze says, so sorry I am late. No worries. It is so glad to have you, Blaze. I am so happy to see you here, Blaze. Okay, so my patrons, they do know because they have seen it. Okay, I was trying to make a video about Ryan Murphy. And it was going to be sort of like a parody, sort of like an interview of interviewing Ryan Murphy and talking to him about season 10. And the way it was structured and the way it came out, I thought, holy crap, this sounds exactly like Pitch Meeting from Screen Rant. And so I thought, well, it'll be okay if I, use that as inspiration, as long as I go ahead and give him a thank you, and it'll be okay to make it, because I didn't really absolutely understand that wasn't my intent when I started the script. But when it started, it was just supposed to be an interviewer talking to Ryan about season 10 just by himself and asking questions and them poking holes in the season, and Ryan just be like, meh, who cares? Just move on. I'm a genius. I'm great. Everybody loves me. They're going to buy anything I put out. Just, you see nothing here. T is for turtle. And like I said, it absolutely came out like a movie pitch. So I did a test video for it because I didn't think I had the proper equipment to actually do the video. And the test actually came out a little bit better than what I thought. So my patrons have access to the test video. And if any of my patrons are watching right now and they haven't had a chance to see it, it is absolutely available on Facebook and our guests of the Guests of Hotel Cortez Facebook page, and then of course on our Patreon page. So you guys can go watch it. And I absolutely am doing a video right now where I'm interviewing Ryan Murphy. So again, originally that's what it began with. However, once I realized that if that's the title that I put on it, it's going to be so clickbaity. So many people are actually going to not understand, even if I put it in the title, that this is a parody. They are not going to understand that this is a parody and it's not real. And my title sounded so clickbaity. So I just honestly am still contemplating about what to title it and the direction I'm going in. But like I said, there was just a test I wanted to do to kind of see how it would work out and if it would work out. And it did. And my patrons have hold of it. So any of you out there who are patrons, any level, you can absolutely go check that out. So thank you all for the encouragement with that video because, yeah, again, I'm making it because I'm just trying to poke on how much they forgot about the season and how many things they just didn't tie together. So yeah, look for that video. It will take a little bit of time. I'm still working on the script and I can't do any kind of filming until I'm fully done with the script. And so far it's 8 pages. It's an 8-page script and that is a lot. So I will let my patrons know updates and let them know how things are going on that. But definitely expect that that's coming out there. I definitely have more theory videos. I also have videos that I have made. I just have not had a chance to even upload them yet. So just please have patience with me. I'm an overwhelmed mom and wife who's trying to just do her best on the channel. No, Doug, I have not seen the new Chucky series yet. My friend EJ Marino does reviews on his channel about the series. So if you guys want to, definitely go search EJ Marino. I know that a lot of you who are part of my channel already know EJ. So definitely go check him out. And again, if you don't know him, he is a great reviewer. And I'm just obsessed with him. I love him so much. And he does reviews of the Chucky series. And I want to watch them, but I have to watch the Chucky series first. But I've been watching past seasons of AHS. I've been studying movements on Ryan Murphy. I have a new book coming out on February 2nd. We have Thanksgiving next week. So there is just so much stuff going on right now that I'm just really trying to make sure that I catch up with it all. And no, I think I have seen the horror movie Teeth. I'm not positive, but I think I absolutely have. Tara says favorite 1984 character and favorite 1984 episode. And do you think we will see the characters in future seasons of AHS? Okay, Tara, excellent questions. And that's how we'll go ahead and close out the live stream. I think my favorite character was Montana. Either that or Nurse Donna, you know, the fake one. And my favorite episode, definitely the first one, the pilot. I'd have to go back again and rewatch it to confirm that because I think the finale might have been my favorite, but absolutely the pilot episode was fantastic. And I really enjoyed the callback to old 80s horror. So absolutely. Loved the first one. And I don't think we will see any of those future characters in another season of AHS because I love them so much, just like Liz Taylor and the Countess and James Patrick March and Hypodermic Sally, just like all of our favorite characters, Kit Walker and Fiona Good and excuse me, Constance Langdon. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired already. If they were to ever bring any of them back, I would love it. But because I would love it, that's probably why they will never bring them back. Absolutely. Doug says, love EJ, and the video you did with him was great. Can't wait to see new content. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so thank you all so much for being here for the live stream. I am going to go on ahead and wrap it up because I got a lot of mom things to do and finish and prepare for. Now, again, patrons, please go on ahead and go afterwards. If you haven't watched it, check out the test video that I did. Again, you can check it out on Facebook as well in our special patron Facebook group. And again, I will absolutely be coming out with new videos regarding my rank of stories, the episodes, my rank of the seasons, and more theory stuff. And of course, the parody of interviewing Ryan Murphy. And again, I just got to find the right titles where it's not clickbaity, but it's great and it catches that it's a parody and it's just meant to be for fun. And yeah, just give me a little time. And I really appreciate all of you very much for all of your love. Thank you so much. Lil, don't worry, darling. Just rewind back and you can catch the entire stream. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all very much, and I will see you next Wednesday for the next stream. Bye, everybody.